Good day. Good day, sirs. How you doing? Welcome in, Garnikin. Welcome in, Suhaib Mutaz. Never late. Never late. Do you know Mad Maddie? I do not. Right now I'm just doing last minute prep. Something always breaks before a stream. I've just come to expect it. Right now my YouTube bot is disconnecting. Is that the 2,000-year-old lady from Sandman? Ooh. Okay, I can pull it up on my screen. Mad Maddie. Huh. Oh, I guess that's a streamer? Go map choices. Ah, I see. Wait. Why is this breaking? Alright, folks. So, Suhaib and Garnican, thank you so much, like, honestly, for being here. I'm testing a few things. And I would love to show you both exactly what those things have been, so you'll get the sneak peek. I think it's important to do a couple more run-throughs of all this random crap I've added. I mean, it's fun. It's great. It's great crap. I like the crap. It's my favorite crap. Hey, Blue Tulip, what's up, dude? Blue Tulip, you can help us, or, I mean, experience the newness. You don't have to help. But, sure. Let's go ahead and do a quick little giveaway, I guess you could say. I'm still debating on what to call it. It's not I'm giving away anything. I'm considering maybe raffle. So if you guys want to enter the raffle, I do a command, and then I choose a keyword behind the scenes. So the keyword today is going to be on the screen. So let's see if you guys can find it. Can you find the keyword? Do you see the keyword somewhere? So this is supposed to prevent people from, I guess, botting. Like, they have to be paying attention. To go with pineapple, always. Pineapple, banana peppers, salami, ham. That is my go-to pizza. Got it. So the keyword is on the bottom right. So for those entering, and Blue Tulip, you are more than welcome to join in. Now that we have enough players, I'm going to test a command that makes this easier to pick. I want to make sure I do the right command. So it's the PP command. Okay, so now Dorkbot should be picking 3 players. Okay, so we have Suhaib, myself, and Blue Tulip. I'll give Garnican player 2. Alright, yeah, keep in mind, it is picking a class immediately. Let's see. So those are all the classes up on screen. So it looks like, just from first inspection of what's happening, my giveaway raffle, whatever you want to call it, is not resetting properly. So it was supposed to like pause, and then me typing player 2 was supposed to allow Garnican to take my spot. So let's see what I can do about that. Now I can automatically, or I can manually choose Garnican, but I wanted to have a command that would just pull from the document. Oh, there it goes. It was just delayed, I guess. I think it was because it was waiting for everybody to pick a class. So, I hate to be that guy. Well, actually, I am that guy. It doesn't matter. But I only have 3 classes that are quote-unquote working, you know, that we're going to be testing today. And that's Barbarian, Cleric, and Wizard. So it didn't put Blue Tulip up on screen. So that's cause for concern. We can see everybody else's name. We're going to do player 3 class Barbarian. Because Blue Tulip listens to the heavy rock music, so we know he's a barbarian. We'll do player 2 class Cleric, and player 1 class Wizard. Okay, so I have activated voice commands, but they aren't very good. But when I say the word
Blue to 7 head L.
player 1.
Did you finish the website?
Yeah, the website's up and running. Okay, I'm looking on screen. I can see there's like some stuff on screen. That appears to be in the graphic itself, though. Oh, we have 2 wizards active. I think that was because Suhaib picked wizard, and then I overwrote it. That's fine. Same with player 3. Sorry, guys, I'm just like analyzing what's breaking as we're going. But yeah, if you guys wanted to go to halfdork.com, I started fleshing out the classes. And here, we can look together if you don't want to click through it. Just because he asked, we'll talk about it.
Sadly, I'm broke now, Bible thump.
Oh, please, don't worry about it. You being here is more help than I could ever appreciate, so thank you, Suhaib. So here's an idea of what the website's going to look like. These aren't really supported yet, so don't even worry about, signing up this month. I'm hoping to finish that by the end of the month. We can see here that it's registering that I'm live, which is fantastic. If you want to tip, there is a guide here. I want to try and make the guide more prominent, but by clicking this guide, it'll allow you to do text-to-speak. But what I was structuring this weekend was a easy-to-use Wikipedia so that people can understand what each class does. So let's say you're interested in playing, or perhaps you pick the wizard, for example. So the wizard, we can see that there's a list of some of the spells that you can use. And I'm still adding to it, but I'm trying to simplify it to where it's like beginning to play Dungeons & Dragons. It's literally like the simplest version of Dungeons & Dragons you would ever be able to play. So yeah, click through it. Most of the classes do not currently work. Or I should say the pages work, but they're just kind of like blank. If you wanted to learn more about like the actual class, you can click that button. But yeah, this is a work in progress. One thing that I was testing is you could buy a potion of healing. And I'm going to probably put that at like $2-ish. Right now they're free. If you want to try and click through it, you can. It should say something in chat, but I haven't really fixed it. But anyway, I digress. You all are helping me test things. So next thing you type, we'll roll a d20. We can see if that works. What else have I added? Okay, so streamer bot is waiting for a few actions.
Let the gods protect me.
Any message. And I also have the ability to roll. And you can hear your voice there. I've set up dice to where it's custom to your character. So if you're player 3, it's rolling a green dice. If you're player 2, it's a blue dice. If you're player 1, it's a red dice. I got animations working in the game, so we'll do a little bit of those. Make sure those are working. Let's see, what else? I'm trying not to overwhelm you all, so let's take it
new to the
step by
DND
step.
project.
Yeah, so hey, you should check out Blue Tulip's stream. Blue Tulip is another friend from the Sandbox, who also streams marbles. So if you enjoy marbles, Blue Tulip is a great place to hang out. But he's also an artist, creates voxel art. Well, Suhaib, when you met me,
Am
you
I
kind
the
of...
only one who don't stream?
When you met me, you met all of my friends here. And so these are friends from my previous job, I guess you could say. Okay. So we're going to hide the action bar.
I don't stream either.
Alright, let's do a quick test. Now this guy, he's basically my target dummy. This one in the middle. But we're gonna do a quick test on combat. So I'll get you all in a combat state. So I don't think I have music prepped, but I'm going to go ahead and click the button. I haven't made a command for it, is what I'm saying.
Does
Yes,
my
it does.
voice work?
Can you hear it? Hey, Hoddle Hill. How are you? Yes, Hoddle is a fantastic streamer. Okay. So I'll
I
bring
can
your
hear it.
characters into the fray. I'm excited to get this like working this week. I've spent a lot of time, like I would say spending too much time on graphics, but I think it'll pay off. Like I make the graphics myself, I didn't pay somebody. Alright, so up the top here, we have a little turn tracker that I customized a little bit more. So I'll go ahead and roll the dice for everyone. It's all good, Hoddle. This is a good run through for me. Bring a lot of popcorn.
Sue, what day in the week should we destroy our phones and bring a lot of popcorn?
I want to say, like, Friday is going to be the long stream. I think today is really helpful for me to test the things and make sure things aren't breaking. Tomorrow, I'm hoping I can do a couple more, like, actual run-throughs. Like, right now, I'm just kind of, like, going through all the new stuff I added live, and that's very helpful. I want to say Friday is going to be, like, a 6-hour stream. I think if I say it out loud, it'll happen.
You don't stream at Friday often.
We're gonna change that, Suhaib. Okay, so player 1, it is now your turn. Okay, so it says player 1 is a barbarian, which is not true. You're the wizard. So you can see on screen that you have unlimited uses and once per combat uses. That's in the bottom left corner. So looking at those, using those as your guide, what would you like to do? And I haven't quite set these up, but I have pop-ups where it's like, you don't have to use these. You can do anything you want. Let me add one of those on screen. And then I'll allow you to, next thing you type, your next message will roll.
Will you stream earlier or sometime?
What a turn. So as the wizard proclaims, will you
Sometime
stream
best
earlier?
risk.
The monster cowers in fear. And so the wizard lets loose a firebolt. Okay, animation should play. And so you send out a bolt of flame in this gargantuan's direction.
Wait, it's my turn. Firebolt.
And firebolt it is. Hey, Escape Room Artist, welcome in. And so, with that, the flame spreads across its body, igniting the clothes it's wearing. The monster barely moves. It appears to be like a pillar of sand. It just absorbs the impact of your blow. Hey, Cyber Dragon. But yes, Suhaib, to answer your question, I do plan to stream earlier. Okay, so that was your turn. Next turn. Comes to the Cleric. So Cleric. Player 2, it is now your turn. Damn, I was hoping the voice activation would work. I have a button for it, though. So Cleric, here are some of the abilities you have. Now keep in mind, improv is welcome. You don't have to do any of these. I'll keep adding some of these nice pop-ups. But you can see on the bottom left, it's unlimited uses. So you have your Sacred Flame and your Word of Radiance. And then you also have, once per combat, Cure Wounds and Guiding Bolt. And thank you, Suhaib. If they would like to join, they are welcome to. We'll probably do more than one.
In the name of justice, Sacred Flame.
Very good. And so, rolling a 16, the bolt of flame falls from the heavens onto this Anubian, this pillar of sand, this monster that seems to be made from mud, rock, rubble. And so the sacred flame scatters across its body. For 2 points of damage. So that one didn't have an animation. And if we're going to have it on screen as often as we will, I would like to put an animation. So I'm going to add that to my notes. So that was your turn.
Okay.
Monster's turn. You'll pass. We come back to Barbarian Blue Tulip. You have in your possession a Great Axe, a Boomerang Axe, which you can throw, and then you also can attack recklessly or rage. No worries, Cyber Dragon. Sleep well. I've been staying up late myself. And Escape from Artist, also at work. Thanks for stopping in.
Roll blue
this
to
your game?
7-star.
Rolling. So, this is Dungeons & Dragons, but I've kind of bastardized it. The software itself is called Foundry VTT. It's built for running Dungeons & Dragons. But, as you can see, I've tried to simplify it as best I can to where chat can play along with us. It's a Blue Tulip with your axe at the ready. You go for a wide swing, but you rolled a 6. And so that unfortunately misses. But let's see if the animation works. Actually, I think I lowered his defenses, so it might still hit. It does. With a giant swing of the axe, you carve through the middle of it, slicing vertically. You watch as its body splits in half, only to reform, the sand seeming to congeal back together. Thanks, Cyber Dragon. Okay, we come back to our wizard. Player
The swing
1.
is new.
Yeah, the animations weren't working before, so I had to disable a few things to get them working. So Suhaib, our wizard, what would you like to do? Firebolt. Excellent choice.
Firebolt.
So the flames fly across the battlefield, pressing into the Anubis once more. Don't forget you have other abilities, just to test them. Player 2, it is now your turn. Let's see, any other pop-ups?
The voices in my head doesn't like you, Word of Radiance.
That voice makes it even funnier. So here's another pop-up that might appear on screen. So Word of Radiance, our cleric, walks up, and Word of Radiance being a area of effect, it radiates from her body. Oh, I didn't add it to this character. 1 second. Okay, Word of Radiance. Bright, beautiful light erupts from her holy symbol that she clutches to her chest. Generally, it wouldn't hit you, so I'm unsure why it's hitting you. It's so bright, you're flashbanged by yourself. Yo, what's up? Call out again. Hey, Caleb, in YouTube as well. Welcome. Okay, so that was your turn. And the light subsides. It's the Anubis' turn. He'll pass. Barbarian. Blue Tulip. So you have your boomerang axe. You have your rage. Kill them all, he says. Excellent choice.
Kill them all.
So, unfortunately, rolling low. We can even see in chat it says another 2. You go for the swing once more. Uh-oh. My game's freezing. No, it's not. We're good. Great Axe. No? Great Axe. The hammer comes down. Hi, Sparky. Welcome in. How are you? Alright, so that's your turn. Wizard, we come back to you. He's looking real low. Would you like to use one of your other abilities? You have Magic Missile, Ray of Frost at the Cleric. Very well.
Ray of Frost at the Cleric.
I don't make the rules. Actually, I guess I do. Do it.
Do I teach?
But the Cleric raises her shield just in time. This ray of frost magic just scatters across, leaving tiny snow particles. Cleric, it's back to you. What would you like to do, Garnigan? How's the music? Can you guys hear the music? I'm doing a lot of testing right now. Bad Hattie, bad. Oh, is the voice gonna go through? We didn't hear your voice. This is the part where things start catching fire. Okay. Garnican, as a cleric, you do not know Magic Missile. That is my apologies for not changing the bottom of your screen. So instead, you throw a guiding bolt at the wizard.
Magic Missile at P2.
But it misses as the bolt of light arcs across the battlefield.
Plus Child.
we come back to our barbarian, Blue Tulip. Plutonium missile as the barbarian.
Magic plutonium missile Tempe's 130 monkey.
As barbarians do, he begins to make up his own form of magic. And he'll throw his boomerang axe. Plutonium missile. Hey, Panda Pops. Thanks, Panda. And that is where combat comes to an end. Okay, so here's the fun part. You all find amidst its frame, the sand just scatters down, impacting the floor, but within its bosom was a chest.
Eno attacked cleric with a made missile.
Panda Mama, had he hitted me?
And so, right now, the upgrades are still a work in progress, but you'd have 3 choices. And so those of you watching are able to vote. So what would you like? Would you like 1, which is 1, 2, which is 3, or would you like option 3, which is 1? Oh, all you have to do is type 1, 2, or 3. So you just type the word 1. I made it much more simple. So you don't even have to do exclamation point vote. I do have to change the graphic. So if you type 1, 2, or 3, that's how the vote will appear. Thanks, called out again.
Holly,
Antonio,
2.
welcome.
Archibald, 1.
Vote graphic. Okay, just writing notes as they happen.
Winston, 1.
Oh, it's giving me someone's voice. Who's So each one of our players that voted, their voice changed.
Archibald, 3.
Okay. That's the name of the voice that our player is using. So I need to disable voices during graphic. During voting. Cool.
Voice
And
test.
so, yeah, good test. So you guys would have picked your loot. It's kind of like a roguelike. So if you imagine a roguelike, those of you who have played them, you know what I'm talking about, but those of you who haven't, you essentially get offered 1 to 3 choices. You, as the chat, like as a collective, are voting on the 1 to 3 choices. And that is like the upgrade so that we can move on. So now that we've, quote unquote, moved on, we would go to the next destination. So that's going to be on the map. So we pull up the map. And so let's say this was, option 2. So we just finished option 2. So our new choices are going to be, we could go up to the top, we could go to the middle, or we could go to that next dungeon. So there's 2 dungeons and a chest. So what do you guys want to do? We'll do another poll. If I do poll 3. So all you have to do is type 1, 2, or 3.
Holly, 1. Archibald, 1.
So it's going to get a lot more. Oops. And it's breaking. It'll be a lot more diversive and, you know, different choices. But right now I have like 4 or 5 different icons. But this is a good test. So it looks like our voting, you guys like the chest. Can't blame you.
Vote needs more work.
Of course it does. Everything needs more work. But you guys picked
Winston
another chest.
2.
Okay. So now you guys would pick between these upgrades. Now keep in mind, there is a benefit to doing dungeons. You would get experience points. And likely like an upgrade or treasure.
If someone wants to play, just tell me.
Winston 2.
Okay.
Winston 2.
So one thing you'll notice is there's a blue aura around the 1 option. So those are going to be replaced with an actual ability based on your class. So the idea here is 1, 2, and 3. Those are 3 different abilities, each for players. So player 1, we can see has
3.
The 1 with the blue border. Player 2 has 3 with a normal border. And then player 3 has 1 with a blue border. So that means, just kind of like breaking down what you're looking at, player 1's option is a rare upgrade. Player 2's option is a common upgrade. Player 3's option is also a rare option. So you guys in chat would be like, oh, player 1 and player 3 probably have the better option here. And it's going to be a lot more understandable once there's actually abilities. Like, these are just placeholders for now. But you guys voted for option 2. So Garnikin would have gotten an upgrade in that case. So Garnikin's upgrade might have been like a new spell, for example. Or one of their spells might get a little more stronger. So you all doing a combat also had you level up. Leveling up has its own benefits.
That makes text appear on screen.
Yeah, is there something in particular, Suhaib, that we should look into? Like, what text should appear for you?
For me.
I mean, not at the moment. But if there is something you need to say or want us to say to help better describe what players are looking at, I'm totally open to that. All right, so then we would go back to the map. So back on the map. I have it set up to where we don't need all 3 choices. But we would do like player 1, option 1, and then option 2. So again, like, we're just going through the loop here. There should not be this many treasure chests. Like, you guys are taking the looter's path, which I totally understand. I get it. But there will not be this many treasure paths in the future. Priestess Dragon, welcome on YouTube.
Archibald
you can
2.
also play in YouTube.
Holly
So your vote
1.
will count. I've tried to set it up to where there's cross-platform, so both of you should be able to play.
Who you made to vote?
And yeah, thank you, Priestess, for doing the exclamation point vote. I have to change that. It's supposed to just be the number. The number works.
Winston 1.
Okay, so it looks like path number 2 is going to be the winner here. So 45 seconds is the new kind of like
11.
voting time period, and that seems to be working pretty well. 11. All right, so you guys picked option 2. So again, this is another treasure path. So you guys are essentially just looting everything you can. But keep in mind, if you're picking treasure instead of a dungeon, you're not getting like experience. So that's where the roguelike element comes in. And the treasure path is generally going to be like more powerful items, artifact items, for example. But if you're not level 2 or 3 by the time you get to the boss, it's going to be a lot tougher. So that's why there's kind of like this roguelike element to it. Okay, so then we would go through the chest, upgrade again. So these are likely going to be cool upgrades, like in the form of weapons, armor. And so then we would do another poll.
empty.
So thank you everybody for helping me test this.
Holly 3. Holly 3.
So you would change characters, like we're changing out who's
Winston
playing
4.
for combat. So when we get to another combat,
Archibald
we're going to pick new players.
0.
3 blocks with a number?
1, 2, 3.
Yes, Priestess, those are placeholders at the moment. So as you can,
4.
you might notice it is randomizing them. So that's the big test here. Is I'm making sure
1.
it's randomly picking the numbers inside of those boxes. One thing to note is option 1 is the number 3. Option 2 is the number 3. Option 3 is the number 1, but the 1 has like a blue glow. So the idea here is like that third option is going to be a lot more incentivizing. It's a rare option. So yeah, we're doing a lot of testing this week. I've been setting this up over 2 weeks now. So this is the 3rd week of making Chat Plays D&D. Really excited to have it like fleshed out. I've been adding a lot of graphics lately. Okay, so you guys picked number 3, which would have been an upgrade for our barbarian. So our barbarian might get like a great axe that siphons life from its enemies. Like you cut down your enemy and you absorb their life essence through the axe.
3 road week.
3rd week, yes sir.
Week.
Okay, and then we would pull up the map once more. And so what number are we on? We are on, I think 2. So this option, we don't get a choice. We're going straight to the dungeon. Okay, and so we would hide all those. I think I have to make sure I do it in order there. But yeah, now we would go to a new dungeon. So again, we're just testing
It
things.
felt like almost Mount Lowell.
Almost a month so far. It does feel like that. So I'll give you guys something fun to fight. I'm not going to spend too much time setting up the scene, but that's another thing that is on my radar. It's like, oh, I have new places for you to fight. So, new monsters. We'll do 2 wolves. All right, and at this point, we would pick new players. So we're going to do entry on. New keyword is going to be
2 weeks felt like 14 days.
rogue. So the keyword is going to be on the bottom right. That's just where I'm going to be putting it from now on. I might put it up on screen in the middle. I guess that would make sense. But for now, it's bottom right.
These are
So by typing rogue, it's going to enter you into the raffle to play.
Rogue.
And if you see the dice roll up on screen, or if you see my bot reply to you, then that means you're in.
Rouge.
Rouge. Priestess, are you planning on setting it up so it's fully automatic? I
Rogue.
wish. There's still a lot of maintenance that I would do as the DM,
Rogue.
and it's fun. I'm having a great time being Dungeon Master. But playing DM for chat is where it's at. I wish I could do like fully automated. That'd be cool. Okay, and so we have people in. I'd probably set like a 60-second timer. I'll be right back. Give you guys more time. So I'll just make like a message type rogue to enter.
I will send something in Discord.
Okay. Okay, so raffle closes. Entries are closed. So it's picked me as player 1, which I'll reset. No worries there. Oh, this command is also going to reset classes, which we're not going to be resetting classes. So in theory, you guys would be able to pick new classes, but that's not how we're going to be doing it. We're going to be going through an entire dungeon, start to finish, so like 5-6 paths, and you'll be able to build those characters from like level 1 to probably maximum 3 before you fight the boss. So ignore this, but this does give you an idea of like what classes you can play. Right now, the only classes I have set up are Wizard, Cleric, and Barbarian. And it takes a long time to set this stuff up, just graphically. But I've been having a fun time with it. Okay, so we have our player 1, player 2, and player 3. So we saw a YouTuber 1, player 2. So that means that it's working. Yeah, Priestess, I'm trying to simplify it, but I also want people to be able to play what they want. So that's 15 classes, and right now we only have 3 kind of working. So I'll go ahead and reset my class, or my player. So we'll do player 1. So that's going to give blue 2 to player 1. You just played, so I'll do it again. Oh, why is it doing that? So it just did that a second time, which it should not have. I think it's because I was using multi-chat.
Wizard.
Okay, that's fine. We'll
Cue
you're welcome to
range.
play Barbarian, Priest, or Wizard. Okay, so Cleric, or Garnican's player 1? Oh, I see. Okay, that's unfortunate. I broke it, but I'm going to try and fix it. So thank you guys for your patience. Antonio, I'm going to see if I can get you as player 3 right now. I apologize for anyone who wanted to play and couldn't. Let's see if this works.
I shall be the reason the world burns.
Thank you, Garnican. Okay, so I want to see if I can get Antonio in here. So this is a very good test to see if I can... This is player 3, pick Antonio. Okay, so it looks like it's breaking again. Player 3, pick target user. Why does it say target user? I'm just looking at it on screen. Well, that's not working either. Ah, panic! So it says you're player 3, but it says on screen percent target user percent. So I'm not quite sure why it says that, but it does have you in the behind the scenes. So that's why I'm confused. That's really strange. Player 3, class, Barbarian. Player 3, YouTube. Antonio. We want Antonio. Get him in here. If Antonio doesn't play, we don't get to play. Nobody gets to play if Antonio doesn't get to play.
Voice
See,
test.
It even did his voice. So I'm getting like a weird double up. Like it's repeating the command, maybe? It looks like it's working now. Priestess Dragon seems to be working as well. Thank you, Priestess. And then we have Garnikin as player 1, but that also got reset. So let me make sure your player... Okay, Suhaib, I will. Thank you. Return to monkey.
Return
won't
to
stop you.
monkey.
I work because I simply am the best.
Very good. Okay, so the three of you, which I would, in this case, not have to change the tokens. So, for example, there was some minor breakage there where we picked new classes. That's not supposed to happen. You were supposed to play the original Wizard, Cleric, Barbarian we had, but I am happy to swap them out just so it's easier to understand. So we can see here, we have the new player 2 Wizard. We have the new player 1 Cleric, which let me restore you back to full health. Okay, so the three of you waltz into this abandoned tomb, and you've noticed that wolves have taken up refuge here. However, they seem voracious. There's foam that begins to pour out of their mouths. It's clear that they are on a
Female
downward spiral.
avatars are better anyway.
It's just a fact. It's programmed into the system. And so, first to act is the wizard. What would you like to do, wizard? I have up on screen. Let's see if this works. It did not reset properly, but that's okay. You are a wizard. You're a wizard, dragon. So these are your simplified things you can do on the bottom of your screen. You can see at level 1, you have basically 4 spells. Yeah, Suhaib, very easy to make.
Magic missile giant wolf.
Okay, you target the giant wolf, and you let loose 3 arcane bolts that all automatically heat-seeking find their target, ricocheting off.
I should note there is like a 15-second time delay from what I type.
That's good to note, thank you. Let me change the music. So this is a button that I hadn't set up yet, but I do have battle music. It'll fade in as your arcane bolts strike this large wolf. Ew. 1, so there's 3 of them total, and they automatically hit. Second one, 5 points of damage, and then the third bolt, another 5 points of damage, so 13 points of damage as you see the dire wolf rear back in pain. The mouth, you see the spittle and foam drenched with blood now. And the cleric, meanwhile, lights up the room a little bit with his light spell.
High rolls only people.
Okay, but the wolf now, it's his turn. Will charge at the barbarian and lunge for a bite attack. Oh, that's a 24 to hit for 8 points of damage. That hurts. Oh, I see. So you have a strength saving throw as the wolf attempts to pin you down into the ground. What's up, OJB? Right now we have a test going on. By the end of the week, I'm hoping to have it in full swing, but stay tuned. Basically, every combat, we're switching out players. We'll do more testing. And so the Barbarian succeeds on that strength saving throw. And it comes down to your turn, Barbarian, player 3. So, next test here, it's going to wait for you to say something, and it should roll the dice on screen. I'm seeing if this works. So next thing you type, Antonio, it will roll the dice.
Weld.
Well, so with a loud whelp, you pull out your great axe. Sorry, so that's another button I have to push, so you can see what you can do now on the bottom left of your screen. You can rage great axe. You have a boomerang
He
axe.
needs to see his abilities.
Yes, thank you. And so, with a large whelp, you begin to rage. That's generally what barbarians do. So when you enter into a rage, not only do you deal more damage, you also receive less damage. You have resistance to physical damage. So that's piercing, bludgeoning, and slashing damage. So by entering into a rage, which is a bonus action, you get really angry. What is your angry words of wisdom? Yeah, OJB4, we're going to be keeping it simple. Like, this is supposed to be very simplified D&D. So Antonio, whatever you say next, it should roll the dice for us. This is a good test for me, so thank you for helping. And I'll try to do that for everyone's turn. I'll have like a button that I can push that not only puts the graphic up on screen, but lets you roll the dice.
Even Radies pales in comparison to Monkey Rage.
Monkey Rage is just so strong. Okay, and so with that Monkey Rage, you leap forward with your great axe at the ready. That's a 15 to hit, which hits this rabian-infested wolf. As your great axe sinks into its flesh, you tear it asunder for 9 points of damage. Alright, the smaller wolf, it's now his turn. He's going to charge forward at the cleric. So our wolf is also going to go for a bite attack. 18 to hit, which does hit our cleric for 7 points of damage. Alright, cleric, it now comes to you. So Garnikin, that's your turn. The wolf attempts to knock you prone with his attack. And does so. No worries, Suhaib, thank you. But yeah, Garnikin, you have to pick yourself off the ground. You are currently prone. So that reduces your movement by half. So you can only move 3 squares instead of 6. Yes, and your abilities would be up on screen.
If you
Sorry about
allow
that.
it, I cast Bless on the party. Otherwise, Sacred Flame.
And I would allow it. So one thing that I intend to encourage is improvisation. Magic and spells, it's a little bit of a gray area, but for our testing purposes, I will go ahead and cast Bless on your behalf. So using your Bless spell, all 3 of you now gain a bonus to your attack rolls. So I do have to target each one of you. So getting this in a good flow is the most important thing I can do, to where it's like, you know, one thing happens after another. Nobody is like waiting like minutes at a time. But now all 3 of you are currently blessed as your cleric spits out a little blood.
Monkey
You can
Rage.
see the monkey rage is building up. So Wizard, it comes back to you. The larger wolf is looking very weak. However, he's right in your face. Alright, so this is, again, my apologies. I need to automate this somehow. So your abilities are up on screen. You have Firebolt, Ray of Frost, Magic Missile, and Shield.
I would like to use my movement to shift 1 square behind the barbarian, and then my attack would be Ray of Frost on Giant Wolf.
Okay. And so, Wizard, as you go to step behind the barbarian, this prompts what's called an attack of opportunity. However, this is a learning opportunity as well. So we'll see if they hit, first of all. So the wolf will lunge at you as you try to get out of its attack range. So if you haven't heard of what an attack of opportunity is, I will go into detail. But he will try to bite you. And this will activate your shield spell if it does hit. So automatically it would activate your shield if it could help you. However, it is not going to help you. As the wolf tears through your arcane barrier. This is a very tough wolf. But his teeth barely sink into your flesh, and you only suffer.
Shifting in D&D doesn't provoke. Tucking a normal move next to leave range would trigger attack for.
Okay, we'll look up the rules in a bit, but this was a good learning opportunity for anyone else. And so as your shield rises, the 5 points of damage find its way. However, you're able to position yourself, and you'll let out a ray of frost. So again, this is a good pest battle. If it was, a serious combat, I would make sure that we had the rules correct. But with that ray of frost, 1 point of frost damage. You see its fur just kind of mat up a little bit. And it smells like wet dog now. Okay, the large wolf will try to bite into our Monkey Rage Barbarian. Going for an attack. 18 to hit, which does hit our Barbarian. This dire wolf is a little bit too dire. But having that damage, the Barbarian stays alive. Barbarian, it comes to you. What would you like to do? So again, let me make sure to put that up on screen. Hey, Ice Pilot, what's up, dude? We're doing some good testing here. So, Antonio, if you aren't available, I'll go ahead and do your action for you. So you pull out your action axe, your great axe here. And you'll tear into the wolf. The wolf is no more.
I cleave into the giant wolf with my great axe.
Well done. As the wolf, you sever its head from the body. The small pup scurries away. Yay, 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 yay. And combat is ended. So, much like chess, there would be some sort of looting. I'm still working out how combat might affect what players receive. I know experience points is one of those. So in this case, all of you would have leveled up to level 2. Now, what does that entail? So just to kind of give you an idea.
You dare make an attempt on my ally's life?
You dare? Oh, is there something else you'd like to do? But what that might entail is the cleric, you would pick your domain. So I haven't decided on the 3 domains. Those of you here in chat who know Dungeons & Dragons, maybe you have
Looting
suggestions.
Where do you play?
Looting in chess, like boxes. So you would pick your domain, which means like your specialty, like you would be good as a twilight cleric, which makes you good at nighttime. A light cleric, which makes you more of a healer type. Or perhaps you'd want to be a tanky cleric, which would be a forge cleric. I digress, but that gives you an idea. Wizards, I was going to do evocation, which is like destructive magic.
I also heard chess and not chest.
Hey, if you guys want to play chess, we'll just do chat plays chess. What's up, Wayward? And then, as a wizard, it would be evocation,
Sorry,
abjuration.
I have only read
which is-
up on the sorcerer.
No worries. And then necromancy, which I think a lot of people would enjoy necromancy. So leveling up to level 2, wizard picks evocation, abjuration, or necromancy. It's basically the school of magic that you're good at. To give you an idea, I can actually pull up what I was working on yesterday, which, believe me when I tell you, I am spending way too much time on this stuff. But I'm also having fun with it. So I wouldn't say I'm wasting time. It's more along the lines of like, please stop after work. Stop and play Dungeons & Dragons. Stop making cool graphics.
I choose necromancy.
Excellent choice. Honestly, I think most people are going to choose necromancy. I just kind of assumed. Okay.
Not even in death can my foes escape my grasp.
So Wizard was the one I spent the most time on, so I can just show you the idea, the concept. Again, we're doing a lot of testing this week, so thank you guys for tuning in. We might do one more combat and then end the stream. I know we had a couple new people step in. So we would have, in this case, the Wizard. Level 2, we would have a spellbook appear, and then they would access the necromancy specific spells of Ray of Sickness and Cause Fear. Now, in the upgrade portions of this roguelike, there would also be the opportunities to replace these 2 cantrips. And cantrips are basically your, free spells. Where did I put them? Upgrades. With Toll the Dead and Chill Touch. So, essentially, by becoming a necromancer, this is what your spell list would look like. Ignore the class text. That would be changed as well. That would be Wizard. But yeah, this is called Krita. It's like Photoshop, but it's free. So Wizard, you would have 12 armor. Becoming a necromancer, this would like change your abilities. I was working on a customized version of Magic Missile. Stuff like that. So this gives you an idea. And then Barbarians, unfortunately, your big level up is like level 3 and 4. So you would basically get like Reckless Attack. That's your level 2 feature, is Reckless Attack. But yeah, it's very complicated, but at the same time, I'm excited to flesh this out more and make it to where it's like a really fun, interactive game that anybody can just hop in and play. Like, you don't have to know Dungeons & Dragons in order to play this roguelike version of Dungeons & Dragons. So, with that, our adventurers continue. You've leveled up. I do have to refresh because things are breaking. But we would assault through the map once more, or consult, I should say. So here's our roguelike map. Now, I think what I'm going to be doing is, instead of having 2 campfires, like if you guys are super confident in your abilities, like maybe it would be like another dungeon, for example. So just for the sake of it, we would have 2 options up on screen. And we can test the polling once again. You guys could go to Campfire 1 or Campfire 2. Ah, rest spot.
Our rest spot approaches.
Nice save.
Winston 2.
So
Which
unfortunately,
one?
that is behind the poll. And yes, you do
Hobo
not need to type
2.
exclamation point vote. You can just do
Winston 2.
the number. And if it is a tie vote, it actually is a randomized choice. So if 1 and 2 both have 3 voices, it becomes randomized. Okay, where is the polling on screen? I'll probably put that on the new top. It'll be above everything. Okay, so it looks like 2 was the tiebreaker. Okay, so we would go to path number 2. And then I would hide the map. Check, check. Alright, and so now you all would go into the dungeon, and this will be the final boss, which you guys are just now hitting level 2. I haven't decided on whether or not leveling up gives you like a full restore. Like if you've played role-playing games,
Yeah, lower the map a little and keep the votes in the empty above section.
yeah, I agree. This map that I'm using, it uses Unity, and I am still working on it. It's a work in progress, but I do dislike the negative space up at the top. Okay, so our players here. Let's just give you a long rest just for fun. Meanwhile, we will do entry on, and the new keyword is going to be on screen somewhere. Do mind the capital letter. So I'm not going to tell you where it is on screen, but it's on screen.
D20.
I think somebody found it.
E20.
D20.
So I also understand that some people don't want to play, you know, certain classes. So I'm still deciding on how to approach that. But let's say like Priestess Dragon doesn't want to play a barbarian, just hypothetically. So I'm still trying to figure out how I would approach that. If anybody has ideas, would love to hear them. Okay, doing the long rest for everybody. Removing all your special abilities. I need to have a button for this. Everything's breaking again. I don't understand why everything's breaking though. Damn it. I have to turn off a module.
We let players control the monsters too someday.
That's a good idea. I do like that idea.
Kinda defeats the purpose, IMO. It's a team game, so chat as a team needs to build on the other no matter our app's choices.
Yes, I agree. Our app's choices do make a difference. I think randomizing the player selection is the problem. So if you win one of the raffles, is it okay to be playing, you know, a random one of the 3? I don't think people would mind. So I think we'll keep it as is. But yeah, I agree. Thank you, Dragon. Yes, Suhaib. You spelled your name differently. Is it Suabe without the H? Okay, so I'm gonna pick new players.
Here I though, you would be my family.
Ironically, Garnikin's player 1 again. Oh, and it's what swapped it. Suabe.
Oh no.
Oh no, Suabe says. Antonio, you're now player 2. I do not need to be player 3.
I
I'll
meant
re-roll
to
it again.
change the O to 0.
So in this particular situation, this kind of clarifies what I was saying before, where it's like, Dragon, you're no longer the wizard, so now you're the barbarian. Whether or not that's a bad thing is very subjective. I don't think it matters. Okay, so your characters still have those effects on.
It's time to
which are-
rage things up in this place.
Rage things up. So I don't think Dragon minds, so that's good. And then Antonio is our wizard now. And so you are both level 2 now, which I'm not going to go through the process of leveling up. Let's just say you're level 2. And we're just doing another test. So we'll exit combat, and then you all are running up these perilous stairways that seem to be endless. All of a sudden, your wizard places a
I
hand on the
don't
wall, and you
think
notice
Twitch
a false
will let me change my
door.
name again.
Uh-oh.
It's
And so-
wizard time.
It's wizard time. And so, at the end of the corridor, you notice
I can't change it. 2 months.
a goblin with 2 undead servants. This is our level 1 boss. Very scary, I know. And so we roll for initiative. This time I will allow you all to roll based on the next thing you type. So this can be like your character approaching, noticing the conflict, readying themselves for battle, perhaps words of wisdom to support your friends. So I'll roll for the NPCs, and then I'm going to use whatever you roll from chat. And so I'll give you a moment as the battle music kicks in. I'm definitely going to be rewatching this myself, just to see what I can improve on. And all feedback is very welcome, so thank you for helping me test this. I'm hoping by Friday we have like a good flow, and I could just do game after game after game. I'll have graphics ready to go. Like there'll be like maybe 6 classes.
Upon seeing undead creatures, I rush forward in an attempt to hit them before they know what's happening.
And you rolled a 2. Ironic. But at least your head's in the right place. Oh, I see. Okay, I will adjust that. So you are initiative 2. So up here at the top, it's waiting for our barbarian, who rolls a 9. Or, I'm sorry. Priestess Dragon was the barbarian. Okay. See, this is where it gets confusing because you guys just swapped characters, but it's fine, I'm paying attention. So our wizard rolls a 9, barbarian had a 2. I believe that's correct. And then Suabe, I will go ahead and roll
There's
for
no
you.
room for the undead to our graceful world.
However, the confident goblin is the first to act. Combat begins. You can see they're wearing the garb of an old noble. It appears to be smattered with blood. She cackles maniacally. Okay, and so that is going to be her choice of spell, Frostbite, which is going to coat the barbarian in an attempt to slow them down and provide disadvantage on their next attack. They fail a Constitution saving throw, which I wanted to be automatic. I don't want to be clicking buttons. However, the barbarian staves off the cold, just pushes through the frostbite effect, rolling a natural 20 on their Constitution saving throw. Still takes 2 points of damage, though. Next up is one of the skeletons, which will charge at the closest target, which is our cleric. And it's going to be a short sword attack. A critical hit, natural 20 for 5 points of damage.
Ayave felt colder winds on a hot summer day.
All right, so this is our wizard. Wizard, what would you like to do? Your abilities are up on screen. Keep in mind, improv is welcome. You don't have to use these abilities. You can, suggest something else. Oh, you do like that pop-up, Garnican. I'd like it too, but it's also, I don't know, clutter. I'm trying to avoid clutter. The next thing that you type, Antonio, will be your action. Firebolt on the goblin.
I cast Firebolt on the goblin.
Excellent choice. As a bolt of flame flies across the battlefield. And you rolled a 7, which unfortunately misses. This goblin appears to be well armored.
Did I miss
you
my
are
turn?
next. So Suhaib, what would you like to do? So your abilities are on the bottom left. I remembered this time. Next up is the skeleton. The word thing. Very good.
One thing.
Okay, using your word thing, you place yourself in between all of the enemies, and you let out a word of radiance. This allows you to hit both the goblin and the skeleton. The goblin takes only half of that damage. The skeleton, being undead, takes the full amount for 5 points of damage. And you see his bones begin to ignite from undead revelry. That was a very powerful blow. Okay, next up is the skeleton, who will strike you, cleric, fearing your radiant wrath. He'll go for a short sword attack. 5 to hit. Rolling a natural 1. You see him swing wide, almost hitting his friendly goblin in the face. Barbarian, it's your turn. Priestess Dragon. What would you like to do? And I will put your abilities up on screen. You can rage and reckless attack in the same turn if you'd like. So again, this is another pop-up that I would appear up on screen like this. It's a lot of information, but I think it'll help in the long run. Like the first time you play, like this is the info that you absorb. You see the goblin revving up another very powerful spell. You see her making these hand gestures, the somatic angles appearing to form some sort of fiery, arcane okay.
Bonus action rage. Movement action charge forward in front of skeleton. Standard action I reckless attack on the skeleton with YM Great Axe.
Very good. So, I like how thorough you were with your actions, and I know you are experienced as a player, Dungeons and Dragons player, but yeah, you are welcome to keep it simple too. Like, you could just say, I rage and attack recklessly. But I appreciate how thorough you were. So with a reckless attack, whoops, that's the hand axe. I'll roll with the great axe. So we want to shift roll for advantage. Oh yeah, that's a big hit. 13 points of damage as you just slam the skeleton up against the wall, your great axe carving into its skull. That skeleton is no more. The goblin, very frantic, will run away. However, the cleric, you're welcome to smash it on the way out. So that would be a opportunity attack. Although goblins, they have what's called a feature, Nimble Escape. So as you go to smash down with your mace, it just deftly avoids it. However, now targeting the barbarian out of fear,
Don't
we'll
let
shoot you
that
with a
slimy creature escape.
Ray of Frost. The barbarian just raises his axe in defiance.
Firebolt.
With the goblin's turn, it just stands at the corner here. Skeleton, at this point, would go for the wizard. Just seeing an opening. It pulls out its short sword. The wizard, just in the nick of time, raises her hand and the shield spell emanates, preventing any damage. Comes to the wizard. So Antonio's turn. And so what I would be doing here is, because the shield spell was just used, I would have some way of like marking that. Now, how I'm going to do it, I haven't quite decided, but I'm thinking just like
You
a
thought you were
strike
slick,
through.
didn't you?
Oh, but rolling a 3, Antonio's words. Does it say them in YouTube
Ray
chat?
of Frost on the skeleton.
On the skeleton. You wave your wand, and ice
Grayscale
erupts.
should be fine for spent abilities.
I like grayscale too, Priestess. I think that'll be a good fix. Okay, however, the skeleton is unaffected by the ray. It seems to just slide through its ribcage. Cleric, it comes back to you. Yeah, there's a skeleton and a goblin remaining. The goblin has 15 AC. The skeleton is relatively weak. Just giving you, I guess, some insight. Magic. You're a cleric,
Magic
though.
missile.
As the cleric proclaims magic missile targeting the goblin.
I'm in danger.
And Sacred Flame, the cleric's magic
And
missile,
goblin.
at the goblin. 5 points of damage. However, the goblin dodges out of the way
Change
just
my
in the nick of time.
mid-skeleton.
Oh, okay. Too late! As the magic takes effect. Comes to our barbarian's turn. And Barbarian, I'll put that up on screen for you. I need to have a way to, I don't know, automate that. It's a little bit too difficult. Charge towards the goblin.
I charge towards the goblin and would like to grapple it to the ground.
And so the goblin is now in your custody, grappled, unable to move its hands and cast any magic. It's her turn. She's going to try and wiggle out of it. Rolls a 19. Go ahead and roll once more, Barbarian. Anything you type. Yeah, the goblin doesn't speak common. I mean, I guess they
didn't
could.
understand the goblin.
Oh, with a 17 plus you're raging, so I would say you keep a hold on her. She only rolled a 19. Oh wait, she has high dexterity though. She has +2. You're
You
using
shall
a
not escape
strength.
my wrathfile creature.
Yeah, you beat her by 1, adding modifiers. So yeah, she's still grappled on her turn.
D20.
D20. The skeleton will continue to try and assault the wizard. Everybody's just leaving him alone. 14 to hit. The wizard readies another shield spell just in time. Okay. Wizard, it's your turn. What would you like to do, Antonio? You do still have your magic missiles.
I am tired of my spells missing.
Yeah, me too. Me too, dude.
Magic missiles on the goblin.
Okay, Matt, with magic missiles, those are an auto hit. And so with your last remaining spell slot, the bolts of arcane energy fly across the battlefield, impacting the goblin, ending its small, fragile life. The skeleton clambers to the ground, no longer controlled by the necromancy of the goblin. Combat has ended. A chest appears. Player 2 and Player 3 have really nice power-ups. They're placeholder images, I know. And so I would give you all a moment to look at them.
I stand victoriously over my foes.
Nope, Suhaib, don't worry about it.
Winston, 3.
Here, I simplified it. Uh-oh. There it is. Now you can vote. And so in theory, you would want, let's just say,
You changed it?
Winston, 3.
a little bit.
Witch, 2. Hobo, 2.
Now, this is the boss fight, so I'm considering having some sort of alternative like reward. So let's say, for example, it's an upgrade for the next run, or perhaps you've unlocked a new class. So we could say like, all right, you guys defeated the goblin. You've now unlocked sorcerer as a new class option. Congratulations, yay! So instead of, picking an upgrade right now, because this is literally the end of the run. So then we would create new characters, which I use AI generated art to create custom characters for those of you that want to provide monetary support. Otherwise, I have a whole list of characters that I've made as placeholders. So I'll just pull up that screen real quick.
Hooyah.
Hooyah! But yeah, this would be the end of the stream, so thank you guys for playing.
So a prestige function.
Yeah. See, I haven't really fleshed out like what happens when you win. Like, for example, what if we unlock all 15 classes? Then what, So prestige does make sense. Oh, is everything missing? Activate. GG, thanks Blue Tulip for helping me test. So yeah, here's all the characters I've made so far. So these are essentially like... Yeah, I would love to hear it. So if you have, let's say, a ranger, player 1 ranger, there's also a player 2 ranger, there's a player 3 ranger. So we have options. Yeah, this particular map is broken, but that's okay. I can at least describe what you're looking at here. And so we have each player has their own kind of variation of the class. I would then reset it back to player 1. So the characters that just defeated the boss, aka player 1 cleric, player 2 wizard, player 3 barbarian, they would retire and we'd make new characters for them.
We decide if we carry on or to start over. If we carry on, we CNA unlock more things. But if we die, we'll sow everything.
Yes. No, 100%. The only problem with that is the way I've set up the roguelike. The roguelike itself is very complex. So it's like, I've already
made... If we start over, we keep everything we unlocked.
Oh, wow. I mean, yeah, I think that's a good idea. But see, leveling up, like I have to give you upgrades. It's a roguelike. So it's like every level, I'm making like 5, let's say 5 things. So level 1, you have 5 things. Level 2, you have another 5 things. Level 3, you have another 5 things. But then you times that by the amount of classes they are, and it's just a lot of work. And I'm not saying no to it, I'm just saying over time. So for now, I would say like phase 1, everybody gets like maximum level 3, and then like you go into the Hall of Fame. You're retired for now. In the future, like you could keep going. Like after level 3 comes level 4, level 5, and the monsters are getting tougher. Like you're continuing through the dungeon. Like one stream, we might go from level 1 all the way to level 10. But see, that's future plans. Like still kind of like developing the system, like making sure like all the classes work. Definitely having the on-screen, cheat sheet is helpful. But yeah, I gave you guys some insight of to what I'm thinking, how to set all this up. So Abe, I will set it up. I don't think there's really any use for it at the moment because I'm ending the stream, but I will set it up. I wrote it in my notes. So thank you. Yeah, I like all the thoughts you guys shared. It got me thinking. Hey, Go West. What's up? And Dragon, just rereading what you suggested. When's the next stream? I'll probably do another test stream tomorrow, same time.
When is next stream?
It's about 3 to 5 Eastern PM. The hope here is like next time or next week we're going only gaming. I'm not having to describe things. It's just like nonstop action, But another test stream will probably be tomorrow from 3 to 5 PM Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, thank you for your help. Thank you, Antonio, as well, for being one of our adventurers. Thank you, Suabe, Garnican, Hollow Hill, everybody that stopped by, much appreciated. And Blue Tulip, thank you. Yeah, Garnican, much appreciated, thank you. All right, guys, have a fantastic day, night, evening, week, life. Have a great life. I'll talk to you later. Epic music.